Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Arrow, episode 1, which is called The Pilot. You guys know I've been pretty excited for this show to, pretty much premiere and air, and finally get to see exactly what the show is going to be about. And, again, I was just very excited. I did, I think, 2 analyzing videos just to analyze the trailer, so now you're going to hear my opinion, what I actually thought about the episode. And just before I start this episode review, I know it's up a little late. I have class until late, so my reviews probably will always be up around this time. It won't be after the episode like I usually do with my other TV reviews. So it'll probably be up around 11-ish Eastern time, 11:30-ish. And next week, episode 2 review will be on Dark Avenger Inc. I'll have the link to Dark Avenger Inc. in the description below. And then the episode 3 will be on my channel. Episode 4 will be on Dark Avenger Inc. So I'm going to be doing it every, week. I'm going to switch on both our channels. Well, both Dark Avenger Inc. and, my channel. But this week, episode 1. Let's talk about what happened in this episode. We get to see, I was going to say Stephen Mel. No, we're going to get to see Oliver Queen get used to being back and being different. He was in 5 years. He was stuck on an island, which we don't know totally what happened on that island, but we get to see bits and pieces in this episode. And we get to see how Oliver has changed, and he wants to give justice to the people that his father worked with, and his father said, alright, I know I did wrong, now you have to fix it. I want you to survive. So, Oliver takes that to heart, and now he takes this persona as Green Arrow, to try to hunt these people down. The first one, I don't remember exactly his name. I think it's Adam something. I don't know. It's not really important what the guy's name is, but the first person on the list he tracks down, and we get to see, first adventure as Green Arrow and see him track down the first person on the list. And will he be doing other villain stuff? Will he be just saving people, or will he just be kind of a Robin Hood by trying to tackle these big corporated people, or will he also save the civilians and all that? That's something we'll have to see through episodes to come. Also, we get to see a lot of development with just supporting characters. Ollie's mom and her husband, new husband. We get to see his best friend Tommy Merle, which I searched and I found out that was actually, not really spoiler alert, but for the comic books, he's he's arch nemesis of Green Arrow, Merle. So that was definitely interesting. Will he play that part in the TV show? I don't think he's going to be best friends with Oliver, let's just say that. We also get to see Oliver's sister, who's, on the wrong side of tracks because Oliver hasn't been there for 5 years and what she had to go through by herself. So she's been on the wrong side of tracks. And we get to see Dinah, which I'm going to keep calling Dinah, but her name is Laurel in the TV show, which we find out her full name is Dinah Laurel Lance. So she is Black Canary. Will she become Black Canary? Probably not this season. She won't have the sonic scream, but I don't think they would name her Dinah Lance just to name her Dinah Lance. Is it because she's a love interest? I really don't think so. I think something's going to happen in her life that she's going to be like, oh, alright, gotta learn to do this. Oh, I'm going to become Black Canary. Something's going to happen. Also, we get, the sister. I feel like her name's not, her nickname's Speedy for a reason. If you guys don't know the comic books, Speedy is, the Green Arrow sidekick. Yes, it's Roy Harper, really, and they also had Mia Dearden and Oliver didn't have a sister, but, I think they're using Speedy, the name show, hey, this girl's gonna be a sidekick one day. And I think that will happen. And I hope that happens. I think that could be kind of cool. I like the different directions these characters are going, and I think with the first episode, they do plant the seeds with that. It doesn't make just an interesting main character, but makes very interesting supporting characters. Again, just like, oh, that villain, is that friend, really a friend? Is the mother really caring mother, or what exactly her motives are. And it just like Dinah and, Oliver's sister, and, yes, they have their names mean something. Will that mean something for the TV show in season 1, or what, maybe just in future seasons? And to tell you the truth, I hope so, because I think it'd be interesting to see their comic book connection. The one thing, I did have some problems with this. This wasn't a perfect pilot. It still definitely made me interested, and I watched it with my family who they don't know much about Green Arrow and they enjoyed it and made them stick with it. So the characters I felt like were developed enough and the story was good enough for people to stick on with the show. But I do have a couple of problems with it. First of all, he became Green Arrow way too quickly, and I feel like he didn't have a purpose. They didn't explain, at least in this episode, why exactly he was an archer. When I think, because I'm really watching this episode, you compare it to Green Arrow Year One, which I just read before on Dark Avenger Drink. I have a review for that. That way I could kind of compare it. The pilot with that book, because I was like, oh, it looks exactly like this story, and I was like, all right, let me read this before, and it really is taking a lot from that story, Green Arrow Year One, and putting it into the show, and you get to see that China White, I think her name is gonna be in the next episode, and she was in Year One. I wonder if that's gonna be a connection also. So like I said, Green Arrow Year One was a big connection, but I don't feel like they describe exactly why he wanted to be an archer. In Green Arrow Year One, we found out, oh, he was like kind of addicted to Robin Hood. We don't get that in this series. We don't exactly know why he became an archer, which kind of disappointed me because the show's called Arrow. Tell us why he became an archer. So that was a little. I thought that was a little bit too quick. It's like, oh, well, I got kidnapped, but there's this guy in a hood. It's like, yeah, there was no guy in a hood, but really, I'm gonna be the guy in a hood. Like, what gave him that idea? And I feel like that was kind of lacking. And some of the stuff were a little bit too quick. I know they're trying to get a lot of stuff crammed in because it is a pilot, but I hope they do take it a little slower and maybe give us a little bit more shockers. Because this was more an episode planting seeds, not big shockers. But I think something I'm going to love about this show and I see in this show is development. And I can see these characters going far off to being what we see in this episode may be totally different by the end of the season. And that's something I'm very excited for, just to see how these characters develop. And I know I'll be watching the next episode. Maybe I'm not totally, like this is the best show on TV. I'm not saying that. But it's definitely a show worth watching. I think maybe you can't really determine if this is going to be, how great the show is going to be by episode 1. I think this is a show that's just going to slowly develop. And by the end of the season, we'll see, wow, this is a good show and I can't wait for season 2. And I think the writing could go that way. I think characters could go that way. And again, I thought this was a very solid pilot and did what pilots should do. Makes us interested, planted a lot of great seeds, especially with iconic characters that could maybe turn into their iconic characters. But it should be interesting. And I know Huntress is supposed to play a part. Deathstroke, we saw the mask, which I was a little confused why they showed the mask on the island. Will they play that part on the island or on, in Star City? I don't know exactly where Deathstroke's going to go into this. I thought it was a little random that they showed the mask. I know they wanted us, fans to kind of the comics get excited, but I don't know exactly where they're going there. But yeah, I think they're going to bring a lot of classic DC characters that don't have superpowers because they said no superpowers, so should be interesting. I'm very excited. And again, I'll have a review for episode 2 on Dark Avenger Inc. next week. The link to Dark Avenger Inc. is in the description below. And then episode 3 will be back on my channel. So I'll be reviewing Arrow every week so we can really see how this TV show develops. I give the pilot 4 stars, so a solid start. There's some great stuff. Definitely watch it. It's worth watching. I'm not saying that you'll probably be like, I need to watch more. Episode 2, can't wait. It's one of those shows like, wow, I'm excited. I am excited to see how the show develops. It's not like, oh, I need to find this out. What's gonna happen next? Because they don't really leave you on a cliffhanger. It's more of like, all right, I'm satisfied. But I think if they leave us more on cliffhangers and give us a little bit more mystery, it could get us very excited for that next episode. Make that whole week go very slow because we're waiting for Arrow. Because that happens with me. Some show like Vampire Diaries, I always get too excited for that show, and then the week goes so slow to bring Vampire Diaries back. But yeah, definitely watch Arrow. 4 stars. Watch this episode. It was very good. And I think even if you don't know anything about comic books and stuff, I think you could really enjoy it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Uno, and guys, again, I'll have review after review for Arrow, so this won't be my last review for Arrow. This will be ongoing, so I'll have hopefully a review for every episode. So I'll see you guys later. It's Comic Uno, and guys, don't forget to follow me on Twitter for Comic Uno and the Rand Situations. Bye, guys.